So 1 Peter 3:11 says, since all these things are to be destroyed in this way, what sort of people ought you to be in holy conduct and godliness? Now, it doesn't make very much sense just by itself, but the context there is Peter's talking about the fact that, when the end comes, whenever the date that God has set comes, and the world and the entire universe is destroyed in a flame of fire and everything just gets totally wiped out, like, that's going to happen, right? We know that's going to happen. We believe that eventually everything that's physical is going to go away, but there's still an eternity after that. So his question here, I've always really loved, is since it's going to happen, since the whole world is going to burn up, everything we've ever worked for is going to come to nothing, what sort of people should we be? Given the fact of eternity, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to live? And he kind of gives his own answer in the verses afterwards, which is kind of a great, I guess, litmus test, is like, what sort of people you should be. But really, that question itself just gets you thinking, what sort of people should we be? Given that the world is going to end, given that everything's going to come to nothing, given that we are going to die, maybe before the end day, what are we going to do about it? What sort of people should we be right now and for the rest of our life?
Yeah, the verse, I think, is designed to make you realize the fact that our physical bodies here on earth and our physical comforts here on earth are not really that important, or they're not important. I think to me, that's kind of what the verse is trying to, reading that verse kind of makes you think about that. And that's I feel the point, is because this is all going to end, we're going to die, the earth is going to, be destroyed. Our comfort here and our flourishing here is really irrelevant is really irrelevant. So it just makes you think that, you should be dedicating everything you've got towards furthering the cause of Christ.
Mm-hmm. And so furthering the cause of Christ, and specifically, this helps you develop an eternal mindset. Because it's very easy to get caught up in right now, what's happening, what is the state of the world right now? That's what we're talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
All these bad things are happening, but ultimately, what is our perspective? Is our perspective on, the next year, or are we thinking, what is eternity like? And even Peter brings that up. So the verses after that, I made a mistake. I said 1 Peter, and I have 1 Peter written down. It's 2 Peter 3.
Oh.
But so right after this verse, so what sort of people ought you to be in holy conduct and godliness, looking for and hastening the coming of the day of God, because of which the heavens will be destroyed by burning, and the elements will melt with intense heat. But according to his promise, we are looking for new heavens and a new earth in which righteousness dwells. So there's kind of that perspective right there. We are looking for a new heaven and new earth in which righteousness dwells. It's where the state of the world, the state of this new world is good. And we're looking forward to that. And because of that, we live differently. Hey, thanks for watching. This clip came from an episode of our podcast, which we will have a link in the description below for you to watch the full thing, see more discussion about this topic and other topics.